kick this joint into turbo. Ew. If you want to pray,
Baby Jamaican back again. Go tell your girls, go tell your friends. It's Kimmy, hey, hey. It's Kimmy, hey, hey. Gonna put a big old smile on your face, so don't be a hater and hit play. It's Kimmy, hey, hey. It's Kimmy. Oh Lord.
I'm Kimmy Coleman, your favorite American New Yorker, and it just dawned on me that I am literally a New Yorker and I can go into the city whenever I want. I'm gonna bring you guys with me. I think it's gonna be cute. I think it's gonna be fun. Before I go out and do anything in my day, I always hit up my Bible, see what Jesus has to say, pray for coverage because people are crazy. So let's see what Bible tea I could get into this morning before I head out for the day. Where my Bible at? I recommend this Bible to everyone. Anybody that just got saved, you have a relationship with Jesus, you don't know him, you're curious about who he is, this is that girl. This Bible has changed my walk with God. And it's not because there's anything different in here. It's the same Bible, but the fact that I can flip and go to whatever date I'm currently in. So today's the 24th. I'm gonna get something from the Old Testament, something from, shocker, the New Testament, and then a Psalm, and then a Proverbs. I don't have to read all of that in one day if I don't want to, but I can. Getting into the habit of reading it every single day has shifted my mindset, shifted the way that I interact with other people, shifted the way that I perceive myself, which is such a powerful, powerful thing. And the Bible says that's gonna happen. Go to Romans, which is after Acts, and before you hit up all the Corinthians 1 and 2. So Romans 12 verse 2, it says, don't copy the behavior and the customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you do what? Think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. And how are you going to be transformed? First of all, you have to let God transform you by consuming more of his word. Change out your thoughts for God's thoughts towards you, which are only positive. He only loves you. He only wants the best for you. When you get a full understanding of that, your mindset starts to shift. I'm actually gonna do something great. That's another transformation, which is to brush my teeth, put on my makeup, put on some clothes for today. I have a meeting in an hour. After that meeting, then I'm gonna head into the city. Let's do it. Before I do anything, kick this joint into turbo. What does this tell us? This tells us we're ready for the day. This is real, this is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Up to what? Ah, yes. Yes. Alright, I have 30 minutes before my next meeting to do my makeup and get dressed for the day. And just like last time, I'm gonna have my Bible reading. Genesis 39, and this is the story of Joseph after his brothers sold him into slavery. Let's get into it.
Genesis chapter 39. Joseph in Potiphar's house. When Joseph was taken to Egypt by the Ishmaelite traders, he was purchased by Potiphar, an Egyptian officer. Potiphar was captain of the guard for Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. The Lord was with Joseph, so he succeeded in everything he did as he served in the home of his Egyptian master. Potiphar noticed this and realized that the Lord was with Joseph, giving him success in everything he did. This pleased Potiphar, so he soon made Joseph his personal attendant. He put him in charge of his entire household and everything he owned. From the day Joseph was put in charge of his master's household and property, the Lord began to bless Potiphar's household for Joseph's sake. All his household affairs ran smoothly, and his crops and livestock flourished. So Potiphar gave Joseph complete administrative responsibility over everything he owned. With Joseph there, he didn't worry about a thing, except what kind of food to eat. Joseph was a very handsome and well-built young man, and Potiphar's wife soon began to look at him lustfully. Come and sleep with me, she demanded, but Joseph refused.
Look,
He told her,
my master trusts me with everything in his entire household. No one here has more authority than I do. He has held back nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How could I do such a wicked thing? It would be a great sin against God.
Nah, you notice he didn't say it would be a great sin against Potiphar, but it would be a sin against God. I'd be going against God to go do something crazy like that with you. First of all, Joseph was a young man. This is a big woman. So she was already out of pocket for that.
Day after day, but he refused to sleep with her, and he kept out of her way as much as possible.
Pressing him.
One day, however, no one else was around when he went in to do his work. She came and grabbed him by his cloak, demanding, "Come on, sleep with me." Joseph tore himself away, but he left his cloak in her hand as he ran from the house.
Evidence.
She saw that she was holding his cloak and he had fled. She called out to her servants. Soon, all the men came running. "Look," she said, "my husband has brought this Hebrew slave here to make fools of us. He came into my room to rape me, but I screamed. When he heard me scream, he ran outside and got away. But he left his cloak behind with me."
Nah, Potiphar's wife was out of pocket. I know she's crispity and crunchity right now in hell, because that's evil. This young man said, "No, I don't want to sleep with you," and gave a respectful reason. And it says, the Bible says that she pressed him day after day. Do you know how thirsty you have to be? How parched you have to be pressing this young man day after day to sleep with you? And then when you can't get your way, you come push up yourself upon the young man to the point that bro had to tear himself away. We gotta be so desperate to get out of the clutches of the enemy that we will drop whatever it is so that we can flee. The Bible says that he makes a way of escape for us. I mean, this is a little pivot, but are we looking for that way of escape? Or are we looking into Potiphar's wife's eyes like, okay, girl, I mean, if you want it that badly, like, here I am. Like, how are we escaping situations? I just love the fact that Joseph was out, left cloak, left everything, and this lady is wicked to go and call servant and call everybody and talk about Joseph try for reap. Wow, what a thirst, what a desperation.
She kept the cloak with her until her husband came home. Then she told him her story. That Hebrew slave you brought into our house tried to come in and fool around with me.
This is another thing. I just know that Potiphar's wife was a Karen, because why are you gonna come bring up that he's a Hebrew slave? Like, all of a sudden he's a Hebrew. Like, you wasn't talking about his background before, and now when you can't get your way and you feel bad because you got rejected, he's a Hebrew all of a sudden. Like, I'm gonna call Potiphar's wife Karen, because that's how she's moving. And then also the fact that she called all her slaves. Like, there's really nothing new under the sun. Karens were Karening even back in that time. And Potiphar's wife was the first one noted in history. Let's continue.
He ran outside, leaving his cloak with me. Joseph put in prison. Potiphar was furious when he heard his wife's story about how Joseph had treated her. So he took Joseph and threw him into the prison where the king's prisoners were held.
Out of pocket.
There he remained. But the Lord was with Joseph in the prison.
Of course.
Showed him his faithful love. And the Lord made Joseph a favorite with the prison warden. Before long, the warden put Joseph in charge of all the other prisoners and over everything that happened in the prison.
Wow.
The warden had no more worries because Joseph took care of everything.
Wow.
The Lord was with him and caused everything he did to succeed.
You notice the pattern that happened in Joseph's life. God was with him. Leadership recognized that. Leadership put him in control of everything, and everything went smoothly. Why? Because the Lord was with Joseph. When we are able to walk according to the Spirit, not fulfilling the lust of the flesh, like we just read in Romans 12 verse 2, we're not meant to conform to this world. We're meant to be above all of this. And when we're above all of that, people recognize that. So this begs the question, as I'm thinking about my day and thinking about all these plans that I'm talking about, I'm about to go do this and do that. God, are you with me? Is God with you in whatever it is that you're planning? Or are you going off doing your own thing and expecting God to hopefully keep up, fingers crossed? There's a proverb that says, many of are the plans in a man's heart, but God's purpose prevails. So you could be making all these plans, making all these moves, but if God is not with you, what are you doing, baby girl? That's how waste time business. Might as well you align yourself with God and let him do his thing in your life, and then let everything move from there. Just like Joseph. This man was thrown into prison over something that he did not do, a crime he did not commit, and God still allowed favor to follow him because God was with him. I just want to make sure whatever moves I'm making today that God is with me as well. I'm going to cut it there for Bible tea today. I actually need to get dressed because my meeting is in 15 minutes. I also don't know what the weather is. Let me see. 26? Do you know what that translates to? brick. I'm not gonna be ungrateful because this past week it was talking about 7. The number of completion, single digits, 7. 26 might actually be a nice summer day at this point, a nice little spring day. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna wear, go have my meetings, and then I'm gonna take you guys into the city with me. I have to get over filming myself in public. Now we're heading into the dirty, crusty, McDusty subway. All right, we made it into the city. Ew. Yellow snow. It's so nice. Like, what is this? I am going right back on my yard to go to my meeting at 4 o'clock and then go have practice. If you've come along with me this far and you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the kid, come on. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Bum, 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 bum. We're here for praise and worship practice. There's my sister. I play the drums. She plays the keyboard. You are the most high. You are the most high. You are the most high God. You are the most high. You are the most high. You are the most high God. So let's do it from the top.
Come and worship with us at Lighthouse Ministries in the Bronx, 4005 Dyer Avenue in the Bronx, 10466. If you are in the area, come and worship with us. Church starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come to Sunday school, at Lighthouse Ministries International in the Bronx, it starts at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to pray with us,
now it's time for praise and worship practice.
if you will provide the fire, I'll provide the sacrifice.
Give me 4 chords and see what happens. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Praise God.
Let your worries roll to the side. Keep God on your mind and praise. The week is done, it's through. All
Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. And I would love, love, love it if you could like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that needs a little hint of joy and encouragement in their day. I'm Kimmy Coleman, your favorite Jamaican New Yorker, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for sticking around. Bye. Be blessed.
It's done.